in my experience, I think the reason why LOs are not really winning right now or are having a hard time in sustaining income and, sustaining sanity for that reason is fear. And it's really just fear of like objections. Like we kind of pre-qualify it, and we're so used to seeing lower interest rates, or we see the difference in the gap between the rate that we're going to give them versus where they're at now, and we lose momentum, we lose the enthusiasm. And our focus should never be on the rate or the fees. The focus should be on, here's where you're at, here's the old side, right? And here's the new side. And that's what I like to do nowadays, especially in this market, is have our clients somewhat do, they call it a T-chart. And so as I'm pitching my loans now, I have them grab a blank piece of paper, I have them draw a vertical line right down the middle, right? Top left, right old, and then top right, right new. Make sense? So what they're doing is they're gonna list out all of their liabilities right now, and then you give them the total, and then on the right-hand side, the new side, is their new payment, their monthly savings, and their, their payment deferral and their escrow balance refund. Now, there's a lot of psychology behind this. Number one is when you have them write it down, you expose their awareness of all of these payments that are going out. Number two is visually, as they're writing it out, they are absorbing it not only kinesthetically, not only visually, not only via audio, as you talk to them, but they're actually seeing the picture. Not only that, but that's on the old side. The new side is your presentation. And what does everybody love? Why do people line up at Apple and they buy the newest iPhone, right, months ahead? For you guys who are Android lovers, weird as you are, you understand just the whole concept of people just naturally like things new. They don't like old things. So we're trained to, always want something new or desire something new. And I think that really does help kind of define the overall comparison, because nothing on there has anything to do with rate or fees. It just simply has to do with increasing cash flow, removing, here's the two classifications, removing unhealthy debt and making it to healthy debt. Healthy debt being a mortgage. Healthy debt meaning it's attached to an appreciating asset. As values go up, that's a good asset, right? But it also gives you the leverage to write off the interest. So now you're taking all these negative, unhealthy debts and you're turning it into healthy debt, meaning a lower payment, lower overall average interest rate, right? So if you consider they're at 2.75, what about all these cards? These cards are at 16, 18, personal loans are at 26%, car loans at 9%. When you take all that in consideration, their actual effective rate over all that debt could very well be 13, 14%. Does that make sense? Not only that, but if they tell you,
say, yeah, you know what, I need to think about it. Yeah, it looks good, but I don't know. I don't want to, I don't want to let go of my 2.5% interest rate.
You can always show them and say, fine. All right, so if you don't need this $500 savings, apply it to the new healthy debt, apply it to the mortgage. You will actually pay this house off in 8 years sooner, right? Instead of 30 years, you'll pay it off in 20 years or 22 years, whatever it is.